Today we're going to be looking at dividing decimals. Before we start the lesson, let's look at some vocabulary terms we're going to come across so that way we make sure we are dividing by the correct numbers. The first one is division. Division is the process of putting a number into another number or seeing how many times a number will go into another number. Quotient is going to be the answer to a division problem. It goes to the top of the division bar. Divisor is going to be the number on the outside of the division bar. It's the number you are going to be trying to figure out how many times goes into another number. Dividend is going to be the number underneath the division bar. This is going to be the number you are going to be dividing into. First, before we get anything started, we have to write it so that way it makes sense to us. Doing division problems written as the example here is never any fun. It's not easy. We are not used to using our methods of division when we do it that way unless it's single-digit numbers. So let's look here at the bottom. We're going to have 0.2. On the outside of the division bar, that is going to be our divisor, and we're going to divide it into the dividend, which is 6.12. But the problem is that we have a decimal in the divisor, and that is not good because we cannot divide with a divisor that has a decimal. So to get rid of that, we're going to do some quick multiplication and multiply each by 10. If you multiply each by 10, you actually get rid of the decimal on the divisor problem. I know that this sounds a little odd, so let's look at it a little bit of a different way. We can also use multiplication by not necessarily using it. We can actually call it moving the decimal. We are going to move the decimal on the divisor one space, as you can tell right here, and place it on the end of 10.2, which will be 102 instead on the divisor. Looking at the dividend, it will no longer be 6.12, it will be 61.2. So the problem will read as below. 102 goes into 61.2. Next, the step we will take is going to be moving the decimal directly above the problem. If we place this on top, it will hold it into its place value, so we do not have to move anything else. So now the problem is going to say, how many times will it go into this number? So in doing that, you can do it multiple ways. You can use long division, which most of you know how to do. Don't forget your acronym. Does McDonald's serve burgers? Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. Or some of you may use the addition model shown to the right here to see how many times 102 will actually go into 62. In doing that, you'll see here that it goes 6 times. 102 does not go into 6, so you place a 0 at the top. 102 does not go into 61, so you place another 0 at the top. 102 goes into 612 6 times. 6 times 102 is 612. Subtract, it equals 0, and there's nothing to bring down. If you add these to the side on the right, you'll see 102 plus 102, and so on and so on. And then you can count. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of 102 before you get to 612. So the answer to the problem is going to be 6. Your goal is to try to work the problem below on your own. 16.9 divided by 1.3. Don't forget to use your steps. Rewrite the problem, move the decimals the same amount of times on each side, and then divide. Good luck!